Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos. I'm walking into 728 Clark, number 304. This is really a super nice studio right at the north end of the Sherman, right near the middle of downtown Evanston. You can see there's a ceiling fan, a huge newer fridge, stainless steel fridge, lots of space in the studio for furniture. There's like a love seat, a little more than a love seat, and a coffee table, radiator by the windows. There's a workstation behind the bed, full-size bed, beautiful hardwood floors. Again, we have the ceiling fan, whoops-a-daisy, ceiling fan up on top. And as I walk into the apartment, we look out the back of the building, so you would get light if today wasn't such a totally gray, rainy day. But he's got his blinds closed anyway. So I'm going to swing around the other way, and you see his workstation by the windows, bed next to the workstation. We look up the corner of the room by the front door, and that's a huge entry closet by the front door. He uses that space for some more storage. Then we get our first glimpse of the kitchen, which is a galley kitchen, but super clean, has a dishwasher, very nice. And then we come around and we see the furniture. So let's walk towards the kitchen, and we'll start with the fridge, which this must be newer because this is super clean. Top is a freezer. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Top is a freezer, shelves to the right. Underneath, we have the fridge, shelves, and a butter dish to the right. Crisper drawers on the bottom. Kind of empty, so he's a minimalist. But you get a chance to see how nice the fridge is. The fridge is probably about 5 feet 9 inches high, so it is a big appliance. Then we go across the counter and we see a smaller apartment-sized stove, a super nice stainless steel sink with a hose attachment for dishes, a little bit of counter space for a microwave or a Keurig. Then we have drawers and a small cabinet to the left, drawers and a small cabinet to the right. In between, towards the left, we have a dishwasher, which is nice. Whoops, there we go. And you can see it's really clean inside. So that's super nice. Up above the countertop, we have a tiled backsplash, which will really help keep it clean. Then we have the stovetop, which has a light and filter, fan and filter. Then we have some smaller cabinets and a standard like 2-foot cabinet. So nice storage for a smaller apartment. The cabinet space looks like that. 3 shelves. Shelves are 11 or 12 inches deep. The water pressure is good, and that's just the hot water. I know it drains nicely, so underneath can be used as storage, which is great. The stove, obviously this is an occupied apartment, and the stove is a little bit dirty. I'm sure we can clean it. If we can't clean it, we'll replace it. And inside, I'm pretty sure will be the same way, and it is. Just to give you a chance to see the drawers. Drawers look like that. Cabinets down lower. The smaller cabinets up above look like that. Nice open space, very good for storing larger things like bowls and that kind of thing. Again, you have a stove hood with a light and a fan. And there you see the filter and the light underneath. The tile backsplash. And I think that's about it. Outlet in the corner. And I really think that's about it for the bath, so for the kitchen. Wow. Step back, show you again. Dishwasher, stove, nice stainless steel fridge. And from the kitchen, we get one more look at the living area, which is really a big living area. I really don't know the dimensions, probably about 15 by 14, something like that. hardwood floors. And before I go back and show you the closet area by the bathroom, I want to show you this big closet area by the front door. It really is massive. Could almost be a bedroom. 2 shelves, hanging bar, hooks on the side, probably about 42 inches across by at least 6 feet deep. It's really a big space. So, like I said, you could probably squeeze a twin bed in there, although it'd be a little claustrophobic. This is what I was trying to describe before. He uses this space between the entry closet and the closet by the bathroom as a little place for storage. Could be all kinds of stuff there, like a dresser or cabinet. Okay, so we come through the bathroom, and the second closet area is separated by a door. I'm going to close that door when we go in so you can get a better look at the closets in, I guess what they used to call a dressing room. So the bigger one has a shelf, probably about 3 feet across, not quite 2 feet deep, but a very good closet for hanging stuff. The other one has space for like towels or sweaters and lots of drawers for all your other items. So there's really quite a bit of storage in this apartment. I'll close these and turn around and give you a look at the bath. Now, he has just finished taking a shower, and he sort of asked me not to get too into it. So I won't get too into it. I'm not sure what he meant exactly. Standard vintage tile floor, standard vintage commode, nice sink, good cabinet space underneath, medicine cabinet up on top. The shower head's probably about 6'2", canned lights in the ceiling, a nice fan to exhaust the moisture. So that's unusual and very helpful in keeping it clean. There's nothing about the shower that you shouldn't see, but again, I'm going to go with what he asked me to do. There's what it looks like. Nice tiled backsplash all the way around the room. So it goes up to about shoulder height. Very helpful to keep it clean. There is the hot water in the sink. Super good. Underneath, dry and able to be used as storage. Oopsie daisy. Medicine cabinet. There you go. And I'm just going to back out of the bath. And the floor is still wet, so I'm not sure. Maybe that's what he was worried about, that I would track this all around. And there's the bath. And we'll close that down. And we'll walk out of the sort of the dressing area, which has a couple of closets. Let's turn back and look at that. And then we'll close that down. Take one more look at the apartment, including the kitchen and the cabinets up above. Remember that there's a ceiling fan and a huge closet next to the front door. And that brings us back to the front door. Thanks for watching.